Previously we spoke of the connection between truth and not knowing, of K and O, of transformations in K and in O, and we spoke about without memory or desire. In this class we will enter the world of Bion through the concept of the ability to tolerate frustration. As I said, any entrance to Bion's concepts is like a certain version of Genesis. We will deal with the same topic of truth and not knowing, but from a somewhat different angle. But first, I want to give a brief introduction to three basic concepts in Bion's language: beta elements, alpha function, and alpha elements. Beta elements are raw sensory components that haven't been processed, so they don't make sense yet, and aren't attributed to oneself. They're like a collection of seeds. They're the most primary imprint that we can imagine that the encounter with reality leaves on our senses. Alpha function is a function that works on the beta elements, processes them, puts them together, and converts them into components that the mind can use, components that Bion calls alpha elements. These components serve as primary building blocks to create subjective meaning. Contrary to beta elements, which are raw components, alpha elements can be stored in memory and used for mental needs. They are of different quality. Let's connect it to the previous class. If we take the popcorn example, we can think of the corn seeds before they are cooked as beta elements. The container that hits them is like the alpha function, and the thing that jumps out and turns into a different form, something that can be eaten, is like an alpha element. Let's look at another example more connected to the world of babies. Take an infant who is hungry and does not yet have within her the concept called hunger. Right now, she has a scattered discomfort in her body, a set of raw, uncomfortable body sensations, and the collection of these flickering sensations that still don't make sense to her, that she can't identify as hunger, is a set of beta elements. If the mother, in this case, activates her alpha function, that is, she becomes receptive to this set of sensations of hunger and discomfort, she stays with them and gives them meaning. She says, could it be that she's hungry? And she serves her food. That process that transforms the initial collection, which still lacks a meaning, to the concept of hunger is a work of alpha function, or part of what Bion calls reverie. The concept that is born, hunger, is built from alpha elements. Again, unlike the beta elements, which are raw, the alpha element is something that makes sense. According to Bion, the initial pure beta elements are like foreign particles that are at some level stuck in the body and are experienced as part of the not me. They do not belong to my sense of myself and cannot be considered an experience that we take ownership of. That is, I feel this way or that way. If we stay with raw discomfort until it changes, we process it, it transforms into alpha elements and allows us to say, I feel something. For example, I'm hungry. We will take another example from the world of focusing. In this somatic approach, we pay attention to bodily sensations that do not yet have a name or do not make sense. Let's say I have a collection of uncomfortable sensations in the shoulder area. I can pay attention to the discomfort and be with it as it is, as it feels from the inside out. It is still experienced as an external entity that exists in my shoulder. It is not yet my own thing. If I keep that up long enough until it becomes a word or makes sense, I could say, I have a lot of tension and overload in the shoulder area. Those words, tension and overload, are already words that make sense. And I can say after this revelation, I feel overloaded or I feel tense. It's like something that belongs to me. I can make use of it. It's related to myself. This is a very general introduction to beta elements, alpha function, and alpha elements. Bion's language is abstract. You have to remember that. The beta and alpha elements and the alpha function are hypothesized entities. It's not like you can find those elements with a laboratory measuring equipment. Bion gives names to things that can later develop many other meanings within us, and there's a lot of room for our creative processes in their understanding. It is an understanding that develops. Now, I feel we are ready to explore how Bion discusses the ability to tolerate frustration.